We live in a world overflowing with information. Smartphones, social media, and the internet constantly bombard us. This constant influx overwhelms our brains, making it difficult to retain what we consume. Like a glass overflowing with water, our minds can only hold so much. When we try to absorb too much, we end up remembering very little. Think of how your body processes food. You take in a meal, your stomach breaks it down, and your intestines absorb the nutrients. This process is essential for your body to function properly. Similarly, when you consume information, your brain needs to break it down, understand it, and store the useful parts. This mental digestion is crucial for learning and memory. Your brain needs time to process and store new information. Just like your body needs time to digest food, your brain needs time to absorb and make sense of new data. When you're constantly taking in new things without a break, your brain can't keep up. It's like trying to eat continuously without giving your stomach a chance to digest. The result? It's like eating a large meal and not digesting it properly. You feel bloated and uncomfortable. Your brain feels overwhelmed, unable to process the excess information. Information overload has the same effect on your brain. It leads to mental fatigue, reduced productivity, and can even cause stress and anxiety. Just as your body needs rest after a big meal, your brain needs downtime to recover from information overload. So how do we combat this? How do we ensure that the information we consume is not just fleeting, but becomes a part of our knowledge base? The key is active engagement. This means going beyond just reading or listening. It involves interacting with the material in a meaningful way. Instead of passively consuming, we need to actively engage with the information. Highlight key points, ask questions, and make connections to what you already know. Summarize what you've learned in your own words. This not only helps in understanding, but also in retaining the information. This forces your brain to process and organize the information. Organizing your notes can help you see the bigger picture and understand the material better. Recall the information later without looking back. This practice, known as retrieval, strengthens your memory and makes it easier to access the information when you need it. This strengthens your memory pathways. Finally, write it down. The act of writing engages different parts of your brain, reinforcing the learning process. The physical act of writing helps solidify the information in your long-term memory. By actively engaging with the material, you transform passive learning into an active, dynamic process that enhances understanding and retention. Section 4. Ancient Wisdom, Modern Relevance. For centuries, people have memorized vast amounts of information. Think of the Vedas, passed down orally for generations, or the Bible, memorized and recited by countless individuals. These feats demonstrate the incredible power of the human brain. Our ancestors didn't have smartphones or the internet, yet they retained vast amounts of knowledge. How? Through active engagement and repetition. Section 5. Reclaiming your memory. The ability to retain information is not a lost art. In fact, it's a vital skill in our fast-paced world. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed with practice. Think of it as training a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it becomes. Start by being mindful of your information consumption. Don't just scroll passively. Engage with the material. Ask questions, make connections, and think critically about what you're learning. Summarize, recall, and write down what you learn. This process helps to reinforce the information in your mind, making it easier to remember later. It may feel challenging at first, especially if you're not used to this level of active engagement. But with consistent effort, you'll notice a remarkable improvement. Over time, your ability to retain and recall information will become second nature, empowering you in both personal and professional aspects of your life. Section 6. Unleash your potential. Your brain is capable of incredible things. Don't let information overload hold you back. By actively engaging with the information you consume, you can unlock your brain's true potential. Remember, Knowledge is power, but only when you can retain and utilize it. So, take control of your learning, sharpen your memory, and unleash the power within.